Hello students, welcome to the new lecture, and in this lecture we are going to discuss the four topics. So they are mechanism of respiration in human beings, gases exchange from alveoli to capillaries, transport of gases exchange from the capillaries to cells and back. So these are the topics that we are going to discuss in this lecture. Okay, the first one is the mechanism of respiration in human beings. So in human beings, how the system is going to work, that is the topic that we are going to discuss in this subheading. Okay, so the breathing is a process of inhalation, also exhalation. Inhalation means taking air in. Okay, the air is going to inside the body, so that is known as inhalation. Exhalation means the air out, the air will move out, that is known as exhalation. So during the process of breathing, the air will enter into the body, and while the process of the exhalation, the air will move out of the body. So this is known as breathing. Okay, lungs are involved in breathing. The lungs is going to help in the exchanging of the gases, and not only that, they helps in the inhalation, also exhalation of the gases. So when the air is going inside, it is going to increase. Okay, the volume is going to increase. Our chest is going to size increases. Okay, so the chest size is going to increase. So when the air enters in, and when the air exit out, okay, when the air moves out, what will happen? The size decreases. Okay, the size is going to get decrease. So the increase and decrease of the chest size is due to the breathing only. Inhalation increase, exhalation decrease. Okay, the lungs are spongy in nature and not same in size. So there are two lungs. Okay, right lung and also left lung. Okay, so here you can see the left lung is little bit smaller. Okay, slightly smaller than the right lung. So here is the left lung. Okay, why? Because here there is lung, here there is a heart. So okay, to provide space for the heart, so the left lung is slightly smaller. Okay, so they are protected by the two membranes known as pleura. Okay, the lungs, layer of the lungs is protected by a layer. That layer is known as pleura, and fluid is present in it. Okay, this membrane is filled with the fluid, so this fluid is going to protect the lungs, so protect from the injury. Okay, during a small injury, so the whatever the pleura filled with the membrane, filled with liquid, that is known as the pleura is going to have some kind of liquid, so that is present between the two membranes. It is going to help in the protecting from the injuries or shocks. Okay, and here this pleura, not only that, it is going to help in the expansion of the lungs. These membranes are these two membranes are known as pleura. They have the fluid. Okay, and they are going to help in the increasing the size of the lungs or expansion of the lungs, and not only that, they are going to help in the absorption of the shocks and protection of the lungs. Okay, so these are the things that is about the pleura. So next, the diaphragm is a flexible flattened muscle that helps in the expansion of the lungs. Here you can see, here in this diagram you can see the diaphragm. Okay, the abdomen. So the between the abdomen and also lungs, okay, between the abdomen and lungs, here you can see there is a layer. Okay, here is a layer that is known as diaphragm. Okay, diaphragm is present over here. So this diaphragm is nothing but a muscular. It is muscular, and is going to help in the inhalation, also exhalation of the gases. Okay, when the diaphragm moves down, here you can see these are the lungs. Okay, let us consider these are the two lungs. Okay, so beneath the lungs there is a diaphragm. This is a muscular organ. Here is the abdominal cavity. So abdominal cavity, this is a lung, these are the lungs. So when the diaphragm moves down, what will happen? The chest cavity is going to increase. When the chest cavity increases, when the diaphragm is going to move down. When the chest cavity decreases, okay, when the diaphragm moves up, the chest cavity is going to decrease. Okay, this is the main difference. So when the diaphragm moves down, the chest cavity increases. When the diaphragm moves up, the chest cavity is going to decrease. Okay, here you can see the diaphragm is a flexible flattened muscle, helps in the inhalation, also exhalation of the gases. When the inhalation occurs when the diaphragm moves down, when the exhalation occurs when the diaphragm moves up. Okay, the chest cavity is made up of ribs. muscles and skin. Okay, here you can see it is the chest cavity is made up of lungs. Okay, and also it is present with it is going to have the ribs and also muscles and skin. So diaphragm is dome shaped. This diaphragm muscular organ is dome shaped, or you can call it as a convex shape extending into the chest cavity. Okay. So here when the person is inhaling, okay, when the person is inhaling, the dome shaped diaphragm is going to convert into flat shape. Okay, so here you can see here, this is a dome shaped diaphragm. This dome shaped diaphragm is going to get flattened, so it is nothing but inhalation. Okay, it is nothing but inhalation. Inhalation means the air enters in. Okay, and when the same diaphragm, the flattened diaphragm, when it gets a dome shape again, that is nothing but exhalation. Okay, this is known as exhalation process. So here you can see the chest cavity. Okay, when the chest cavity increases, when the diaphragm moves down. Okay, so it is nothing but inhalation, it is nothing but constant contraction. Okay, so contraction, what is meant by contraction? Contraction is nothing but when the diaphragm moves down, okay, the chest cavity increases, that is the contraction of the diaphragm. Okay, when the diaphragm contracts, it will become flat. Okay, so contraction, remember this term, contraction. So diaphragm is going to get flat. Okay, contraction means it is going to get flat shape. So relaxation, okay, relaxation of the diaphragm, it is going to have a dome shape. Okay, it is going to have the dome shape. So here it is the inhalation. Okay, here is the inhalation and here is the exhalation. Okay, so here is the inhalation, also exhalation process. Okay, so here it is a relaxation. This is a relaxation. Okay, correct. The movement of lungs are coordinated according to the need. So when you are running, when you are doing or jogging, so in these exercises, in this externus exercise, the rate of breathing is going to increase. Why the rate of respiration increases, or why the rate of the inhalation exhalation increases? Why? Because more amount of oxygen is required, so diaphragm will move up and down faster. As a result, rate of breathing is also going to get increased, and again this rate of breathing will become normal when you are taking rest. Okay, so here the oxygen is required to replace the carbon dioxide in the body. So the lungs are the main sites for the exchanging of the gases like carbon dioxide and also oxygen. So when the nerve endings from the brain to respiratory tracts are cut, the respiratory movements and also breathing is going to stop. It means here we have to understand that the movement of the diaphragm and also for the exchanging of the gases, there are nerve endings. Okay, nerve endings are, these nerves are going to have connection from the brain. So based upon the signals from the brain only, these movements of the diaphragm is going to occur, and they help in the exchanging of the gases and movement of diaphragm up and down, that is responsible for the inhalation and also exhalation of the gases. Okay, so here next one is what is the role of the diaphragm and ribs in the respiration? Are they both active in man and also women? So yes, the diaphragm and also ribs, they are going to play a major role in the inhalation also exhalation of the gases. If you see in the man, okay, in the males, the ribs are not going to play a major role, but in females the ribs are going to help a lot in the exchanging of the gases. Okay, so here we can understand that diaphragm and also ribs, they are helping in the exchanging of the gas or breathing the or in the breathing process. So what can be concluded from this? We can conclude that nerves from the brain controls the respiratory movements. If the nerves are cut down, if the nerves are damaged, or if the nerves are cut down, there is no respiration and there is no breathing. Okay, so next question is what happens during the process of the breathing? During the process of the breathing, the movements are well coordinated. They are well coordinated to supply the oxygen and also removal of the carbon dioxide. If there is no proper coordination, as a result, there is no proper exchanging of the gases. Okay, so which gas needed to be removed from the body? Which gas is need to be removed? The carbon dioxide is a gas that has to be removed from the body during the exhalation process. During the inhalation process, which gas to be taken? The oxygen gas has to be taken. So where does the extra amount of gas is coming from? Okay, so the extra gas is coming from the carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide is going to get becoming the extra during the cellular respiration. We will discuss what the cellular respiration is in the next lecture. But remember that the extra carbon dioxide is coming from the cellular respiration. Okay, and the cellular respiration is nothing but the breakdown of the glucose molecules. Okay, and here the question is asking about the composition of the inhaled air. Here you can see the gas is going to contain different types of the gases. The air is going to contain different types of the gases. Okay, like oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, etc. Here the body is going to involve only in the exchanging of the carbon dioxide and also oxygen only. So if you see the percentage of the the percentage of the oxygen is 21 percentage before inhalation, and after the inhalation, that is exhalation process, the 16% is there. It means the percentage of the oxygen is decreased. It indicates that oxygen is utilized by the body. Okay, and here you can see the percentage of the carbon dioxide is 0.03 percentage in the inhaled air. It means nothing but in the atmosphere 0.03 percentage is the carbon dioxide. But when you release the gas from your nostrils, okay, that is nothing but increased to 4.40 percentage. It means the carbon dioxide is released, oxygen is consumed, and the carbon dioxide is produced. And here you can see the nitrogen gas is not going to change, 78 percentage in the inhalation air, and also in the exhalation air also the 78 percentage. What does it indicate? It indicates that the nitrogen is not utilized and nitrogen is not produced during the respiration process or breathing process. Okay, next one will be the gas exchange alveoli to capillaries. So this is about this topic. So here you can see that diffusion of the gases takes place from the alveoli to blood and vice versa. Okay, this is the main topic over here. So here in the last class also we have discussed the lungs are made up of tiny sac-like structures. They are known as alveoli. So these alveoli is nothing but they are air sacs, and they are one cell thickness and numerous. One cell thickness means they are made up of one cell only. The layer is made up of one cell only. So let us see here in this diagram. In this diagram you can see the alveolus. Okay, so the alveolus is present. This alveolus is made up of one layer. Can you see here only one cell is present? Okay, the layer is made up of how many cells? Here you can see the layer is made up of how many layers of the cells? Only one layer. Okay, one layer in this way. Okay, this is called one layered thickness. Here you can see one layered thickness of the alveoli. So here you can see the bronchiole, the bronchus. Okay, the bronchus is going to divide into bronchiole. Okay, bronchiole. This bronchiole is going to lead into alveolus. Okay, so here you can see around the alveolus again one celled thickness blood vessel is present. That is known as a blood capillary. Okay, that is known as a blood capillary. We will discuss in detail about the blood capillaries in the transportation chapter. So remember, this is blood capillary. BCP means blood capillary. We are using the short term. So by this blood capillaries also one celled thickness. Okay, how many layers of cells are there? Only one layer of cells are there. It is known as one celled thickness. Why they are one celled thickness? What is the main reason? The main reason for having one celled thickness in alveoli and also in the blood capillary is due to one reason, that is for the exchanging of the gases. Can you see here? The exchanging is going takes place from the RBC to the alveoli, again from the alveoli to the RBC. It means this RBC is going to bring a carbon dioxide and also releases into the alveoli. At the same time, oxygen from the alveoli is taken. And it is taken into the RBC. Okay, oxygen is taken into the RBC and carbon dioxide released into the alveoli. Okay, so this is the exchanging of the gases. Exchanging of the gases is going to take place in this way. Okay, so here the dark red blood. Okay, dark red blood is from the heart, flows through these capillaries. Okay, and collect oxygen from the alveoli. This is nothing but deoxygenated from the heart. Okay, let us see, this is the heart. From the heart the blood is pumped to the lungs. Okay, so here this blood is nothing but deoxygenated. Deoxygenated is dark red in color and flows from the heart to these capillaries. Okay, so again from the lungs to the heart. Okay, it is nothing but oxygenated. This is nothing but oxygenated blood. So this is the, at the same time the carbon dioxide passes out of the capillaries. Okay, so here oxygenated blood reaches into the heart and pumped to the all parts of the body. So this is about the pumping. We will discuss in detail about the third chapter, that is transportation, in detail how the blood is pumped to all body parts from the heart and so on. So next, the oxygenated blood is bright red in color and our deoxygenated blood is dark red in color due because of presence and absence of the carbon dioxide. So when the carbon dioxide is present, it is a dark red in color. When the oxygen is present in the blood, it is bright red in color. Okay, remember these terms, it may come in the exam. So bright red, okay, bright red color of the blood is due to oxygen. Okay, so dark red of the blood, dark red color of the blood is due to carbon dioxide. Okay, so here the composition of the gas in inhaled air and also exhaled air is different. So just now we have discussed the composition of the air. Okay, so the total lung capacity of human beings is 5800 ml. Okay, so 1000 ml is equal to 1 liter. Okay, 1000 ml is equal to 1 liter. It means 5800. Okay, means how much? Around 5 liters, nearly to the 6 liters. Okay, nearly 6 liters is the capacity of the lungs. Okay, the volume of the air. So here you can see 5800 ml means 5.8 liters. It means 5.8 liters of the gas can be filled into the lungs. Okay, the volume of the air during the resting condition is the inhalation also exhalation is approximately 500 ml. It means even though we have 5800 ml of the capacity of the lungs is there, so complete exchanging of the complete 5800 ml of the air will not occur all the time. Only 500 ml, it means half liter, only half liter of the gas is going to involved in the exchanging of the gases. Means half liter of the gas comes out, half liter of the gas enters into the lungs. Okay, and 1200 ml of the air remains in the lungs after the complete exhalation. Okay, so this is about how the air enters in, air exit out and so on. So next question is, the question is, why does the amount of oxygen vary between the inhaled and also exhaled air? So oxygen is utilized. Oxygen is utilized. This is the reason the percentage of the oxygen is going to get decreased. Okay, so from 21% to 16%. The percentage is decreasing. Why? Because oxygen is utilized by the body. So here you can see from the carbon dioxide from 0.03% to the 4.40%. So the carbon dioxide is released. Okay, the carbon dioxide is released. So this is the reason it is going to increase. The percentage is going to increase in case of the carbon dioxide. Okay, so what has raised the percentage of the carbon dioxide in exhaled air? Just nothing but cellular respiration. It is going to increase the level of the carbon dioxide. Okay, next one is the transport of the gases. So transport of the gas is nothing but how the gases are transported from one part of the body to another part of the body. So here you can see the hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is a protein. Let us consider this is the RBC. RBC is going to have the pigment. Okay, that is hemoglobin. It is going to give red color to the blood. So if you take one molecule of the hemoglobin, okay, there are number of hemoglobin molecules in the RBC. If you take one hemoglobin, it is going to have the subunits, 4 subunits. So this is one subunit, this is another subunit. Okay, third and also 4 subunits. These are nothing but a protein. So this hemoglobin protein, it is similar to the chlorophyll. Okay, hemoglobin and also chlorophyll molecules both looks almost similar, but in case of hemoglobin, it is going to have the iron atom. Each and every hemoglobin protein is going to have how many? 4 iron atoms. 4 iron atoms are present. Why? Because 4 subunits are there. This first subunit, second subunit, third, and also fourth side. It means 4 iron atoms are present in the one hemoglobin molecule. Okay, and in case of chlorophyll, instead of iron, magnesium is present in the chlorophyll. Magnesium is present instead of iron. Okay, so this hemoglobin is present in the RBC. It is going to bind with oxygen. So iron is going to bind with oxygen. Okay, so then it forms oxyhemoglobin. So we are writing hemoglobin as a HB. HB plus how many subunits are there? 4 subunits are there. It means how many oxygens it can bind? 4 oxygen molecules. 4 O2. So gives rise to HB. Okay, HB O2 taken 4 times. Okay, Hb4O2. Oxyhemoglobin. This is known as oxyhemoglobin. Where it will find? It will be found in the lungs. It will be found in the lungs. So the same oxyhemoglobin will be dissociated into hemoglobin. Okay, this is Hb O2 4 O2 taken 4 times. So it is going to turn into, it is going to break down into, or not break down, it is going to turn into Hb plus 4O2. So this is oxygen plus hemoglobin. Where you can see this? You can see this in the tissue. Okay, you can see in the tissue. So hemoglobin is going to bind with oxygen, with 4 molecules of the oxygen in the lungs, and is going to turn into oxyhemoglobin. The same oxyhemoglobin is going to turn into hemoglobin and also oxygen molecules in the tissues. Okay, this is the exchanging of the gases at the level of at the lung level. It is the lung level, and this is the exchange at the tissue level. Okay, tissue level. So this is about that how it is going to behave. So here the carbon dioxide is usually transported as bicarbonates, and some molecules of the carbon dioxide combines with hemoglobin. So let us consider this hemoglobin. Okay, Hb hemoglobin is released oxygen. Then it is going to combine with carbon dioxide. It is going to combine with carbon dioxide. But some amount of carbon dioxide molecules is going to travel. Okay, travel separately. Okay, so travel separately in the form of carbonates, in the form of bicarbonates. Okay, in the form of carbonates, and some carbon dioxide combines with hemoglobin. Remember, this might be important question. It may come in the exam. Hemoglobin can be traveled with carbon dioxide may travel with hemoglobin, and sometimes the carbon dioxide is going to travel with in the form of bicarbonates. Okay, bicarbonates. Okay, so this is the reaction, the same. That's the equation just we have discussed just now. So hemoglobin and also rest dissolved in the blood plasma. So at sea levels, every hemoglobin molecules bind with oxygen, but above sea level, means in the mountain regions, the height of about 13 kilometers or 8 miles, so the concentration of oxygen is going to decrease. When the concentration of oxygen is going to decrease, there is very less amount of oxygen to bind with hemoglobin molecules. So in this condition, the half of the hemoglobin will be forming the oxyhemoglobin molecules. Why? Because hemoglobin will not get enough amount of the oxygen. So out of 100 percentage, only 50 percentage of hemoglobin molecules can bind with oxygen. Hence, at the higher altitudes, the blood cannot carry sufficient amount of oxygen to the tissues. Okay, so this is about it. So this is one of the reason the people who are climbing the mountains, they will take necessary precautions about this condition. Okay. So next is the gases exchange, that is capillaries to the cells and back. So oxyhemoglobin releases oxygen at lower concentration of oxygens in the cells. So concentration of oxygen concentration is higher in lungs. Okay, higher in lungs. So hemoglobin is going to bind with oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin. So this is oxygen is more in lungs, but the same oxygen is very less in tissues. Okay, hence the hemoglobin is going to release oxygen. Okay, 4 molecules of the oxygen. This is oxyhemoglobin, this is deoxyhemoglobin. So this such kind of process is seen in the tissues. and this process is seen in the lungs. Okay, so this is the deoxyhemoglobin binds with the oxygen at a higher levels of the oxygen in the lungs, and carbon dioxide, water, and energy are produced during the cellular respiration, and produced energy is used for the different purposes. Okay, and this is about how it is going to occur. And I hope this lecture is helpful to you, and if you have any doubts or questions and suggestions, feel free to post in the comment section, and after reading I will answer to you. Okay, and we will discuss the next topic in the next lecture. Okay.